Right. Hello everyone, welcome back to Doki Doki Exit Music. This is very unusually good right now. It's really good right now, which means it's gonna get bad. Yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't. It's going too well to really hope for anything bad potentially happening. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed and I'm hopeful that this will turn out good. So we're gonna continue on with this. Drearily stirring, I can tell from the snoring figure next to me that Natsuki is still asleep. I rub my eyes, struggling to open them. Early game. That's... This is the first bit of imagery I get for this playthrough, huh? That's too perfect. Reaching out to my bedside cabinet, I swipe my phone and check the time. Midday. There's no point in going to school today. We've already missed half of the day. Besides, I don't think Natsuki would be up for it after last night's... Well, I sit up and decide to head downstairs and make breakfast for the two of us. She'll appreciate the effort. I try to be as quiet as possible in an attempt to not wake her up while I slip out from under the duvet. I head to the kitchen and decide to make something quick and easy so I can bring it to her. Searching through my fridge, I find some bacon. And some sausage. You need to be careful with the eggs. I start mixing together some pancake batter after a short search for the ingredients. As I'm cooking, I hear a light knock on the door. Anxious about leaving the cooking food, okay. lost my train of thought there for a second, guys. Anxious about leaving the cooking food, I rush to answer. Nailed it! It's Sayori. Ah! She's looking much chipper now. Hey, Sayori, what are you doing here? I thought you'd be back at school. I step outside, closing the door behind me. I don't want her to know Natsuki is here. I was planning on it, but I just couldn't get out of bed this morning. Are you cooking? It smells really sweet. Sayori peers through my window to see what I'm up to in the kitchen. Natsuki? Taking a look myself, I see Natsuki tending to the breakfast. Crap. I see what's going on here, Shinichi. You do? Yes, you two are making cupcakes again. I can feel the sweat on my forehead begin to bead. I'm so done for. Yeah, it's supposed to be a surprise. For the club. Oh boy. Oh crap. Yeah, you might as well hand him a shovel so he can just keep digging the hole deeper and deeper himself. Neither of us were expecting to see you, though. I gave Sarah a weak smile in an attempt to reassure her. Don't worry, Shinichi. Your secret will be safe with me. Well, since you're busy, I'll leave you two lovers be. Okay, Sayori. See you. As she's about to leave, I stop her momentarily. I was just wondering, are you going to the club? I guess since I'm actually up, I might as well. Especially if you're bringing the cupcakes. Yeah. Yeah. Sayori leaves without another word. I return to the kitchen in a cold sweat, worrying about the false promise I gave to Sayori. Guess I'll have to convince Natsuki that we should cook a batch. She's nearly finished making our meal. Ah, the breakfast. It was supposed to be a surprise. I was going to wake you up and have it all ready for you. Then Sayori knocked an eye. You could have burned your house down, dummy. Look. She points the spatula at a plate of charred pancakes. I guess we're even now, huh? You saved me and I saved our breakfast. A part of me wants to scold her for her warped perception of what even meant, but another doesn't want to bring up the events of last night with her. You know, I saved you, but those pancakes, they will never get eaten. May they rest in peace. I decided that I'll make a Snyder market. And there it was. Not quite. Maybe one day. Maybe. Natsuki is really something else outside of the club room. Maybe it's because she doesn't have to put on a show for the other club members. They always call her cute, though I can surely see why. I set the table and sit down with Natsuki. At first she starts eating almost viciously, but quickly snaps out of it, remembering I'm in the room. How is it? It's delicious. She continues to scoff her breakfast down, albeit at a slightly slower pace. Once we're both finished, I take her plate from her and place it in the dishwasher for her. So, do you want to do anything today? Well, I kind of promised Sayori that we'd make a batch of cupcakes for the club later. If you want to, then maybe we can set aside a few just for later? Natsuki immediately jumps from her chair, grabbing the apron draped over the oven. Let's do this. Oh! That's close. I was close to it. Before I can react, she's tearing through my cupboards and drawers looking for everything she needs, only occasionally stopping to ask where I keep certain utensils and ingredients. Ready to help? Of course. Hopefully I'll be more useful than last time. You better be. Natsuki playfully punches my shoulder. God! Don't tell me that seriously hurt you. The door. Shinichi, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot. It's okay. It's only a bruise. You just caught me by surprise is all. I'm having an extremely hard time trying to play it off. Oh! My shoulder, it aches. It cries out in just agony. That genuinely hurt. I forgot how much power her small frame can deliver. What do you want me to do first? Well, I guess you could start preheating the oven to 350. I'll deal with the dry ingredients. I do my small part and watch Natsuki get started. She's so precise with her movements. It's almost hypnotic. Mesmerizing, even. Oh my god, there it goes. How am I predicting all the text? Natsuki catches me staring at her, completely spaced out. Dummy. What? I shake my head as I am jerked back into the moment. You were staring. Oh, sorry. What next? I got everything ready to go besides the eggs. Could you crack them into the bowl for me while I set the tray liners? I grab an egg in each hand and crack them both simultaneously. A lot of the egg yolk splatters all over the kitchen counter, and some egg whites get on our pants. Show off. Yeah, so? What's the matter with me trying to show off for you? Shinichi, I finally got you. Eh? What do you mean? You got all embarrassed when I tried to be sweet. Natsuki, you're adorable. Natsuki begins to prepare the cake batter. Shinichi, can we talk about last night? As much as I want to fully understand what happened, maybe we should leave that for later. Yeah, okay. Natsuki nods in agreement and returns to the batter. She quickly finishes mixing it and begins to distribute the batter evenly between the cups. I wash the beaters by hand and attach them to the mixer. I start to mix the icing. I should have done this last time. And what, leave me to mix all the batter by hand? Yeah, well, you're stronger than you think. Natsuki huffs with an arrogant look on her face. And don't you forget it. The enticing smell of chocolate cupcakes begins to seep from the oven. It's going to be difficult to not eat any on the way to the club. I drip blue food coloring into the icing. The timer rings and Natsuki opens the oven's door. Instantly, my entire house is filled with the mouth-watering scent of Natsuki's baking. It comes up, it rushes out of the oven and throws me up against the wall. Just, oh, you do me good, smell. You do me good. Oh my god. These ones. Okay, I wasn't exactly predicting the text, but That was pretty damn close, you know, in context. These ones smell even better than the last batch. Natsuki sets them on the rack to cool for a few minutes while I finish the icing. Are you almost done? We have to get going soon. I stopped the mixer for a moment and plunged my finger into the cobalt sea of sugar. I raise my finger into my mouth. Natsuki grabs my wrist and pulls my arm away from my face. She scoops the icing off of my finger onto her own and promptly licks it off. Hey, what? You expected me to put my You expect me to put your finger in my mouth? That'd be gross. Eh? You're only saying that because I did that to you. Of course, that makes you gross. I'm not gross. I can't help but crack a smile as I speak. It would be a lie if I said I didn't enjoy her teasing. It makes her so happy when she gets a reaction out of me, even if only a tiny one. Natsuki and I ice the cupcakes and get ready to leave. Quickly I head up to my room to get changed into my school uniform. Natsuki, without her uniform, is forced to wear the clothes I gave her. Seeing as most of the teachers will have left by the time we arrive, she shouldn't end up getting into any trouble. I return to the kitchen for a moment to grab some tinfoil and cover the cupcakes with it to protect them. Natsuki notices and heads out of the door. I follow. As we're walking down the street, Sayori calls out to us from her door. Hey! Natsuki grabs my arm, signaling for me to stop walking as Sayori catches up. Ooh, I can smell those from my house. I can't wait. Natsuki, Sayori, and I make our way to the school. Sayori is acting quite normal considering what just happened a few days ago. Come to think of it, Natsuki is too. I know everything seems very upbeat for two girls who nearly took their own lives just in the span of the last couple days. Perhaps they wouldn't like to dwell on the dark times before the Empire. I don't blame them. I just can't help but be reminded of their traumatic events. Within a few minutes we arrive at school. Only the last few students trickle out from the doors as it's the end of the school day. The three of us make our way to the club room, being careful not to drop the cupcakes. I set the cupcakes down on the desk near the door. Hey, Yuri! Sarah runs up to Yuri and gives her a big hug. Sayori. I'm sorry, you startled me. Where have you two been? Not feeling well? Yeah, I wasn't feeling so good the past few days. I was really sick. I had a sore throat. Me too. Well, I'm glad you two are back now and healthy. Yeah. But Natsuki, where's your uniform? Oh, it was dirty and I didn't have time to wash it. But you'll get into all sorts of trouble with the teachers if they see you out of your uniform. Well, that's why I skipped the rest of the school day. Yuri stares down Natsuki doubtfully. Words! I speak at English good.
You drink more water.
Instead of calling her out, though, she changes the subject. By the way, I have a surprise for you all. Ooh. What is it? It's a surprise for a reason, Sayori. Just wait a moment. I'll show you all when Monica arrives. Shinichi and I decided since I was feeling better that we should make some cupcakes. I've already missed the majority of classes this week, so what's one more day? Especially if it means I get to bake. Natsuki retrieves the box of cupcakes and lifts up the foil, showing off our handiwork. Such a deep shade of blue. They look delectable. Thanks. I can't wait. I'm starving. Not me. I'm stuffed. What do you mean? When I went over to Shinichi's house to bake, he made me breakfast. Aw, Shinichi, you're so sweet. Thanks, Sayori. I'm kind of thirsty, actually. I'll be back in a second. Sayori walks out of the club room, turning towards the fountain down the hall. Mere moments later, Monica walks into the club room from the other door. This is gonna be bad. Hi, Monica. Wow, looks like everyone bothered to show up today. Natsuki bites her tongue. Yuri buries her head into her novel again. I'm left standing alone, fidgeting with my hands. Yeah, I guess. About time. She still seems pretty upset about the festival. I hope maybe our cupcakes will be a sufficient peace offering. Sayori returns, carton of apple juice in hand. Hey, Monik! Hi, Sayori. What happened on Monday? Were you sick? Yeah, Shinichi had to take me to the hospital. Shinichi? I thought you said it was a family emergency. Yeah, it was, kind of. I've known her for ages, so she's basically like a family to me at this point. Besides, I've never seen her like that. I felt like I had to make sure she was going to be okay. And what about you, Natsuki? What's your excuse? I was sick too! And don't come on an excuse like you don't believe us or something. No, I do. It just isn't a good enough reason to have ruined the festival. I should have guessed that she was still up in arms about the festival. Of course, I mean, unless you were nearly dying, then I'd certainly understand. And since you're both here, I take it that wasn't the case. Whatever. Just don't miss important days like that again, or there will be consequences. In an effort to break the hostile mood that Monika was causing, Yuri clears her throat. I have something for all of you. Yuri lifts her bag onto her desk and unpacks the new tea set. It's not much, but I thought it'd be nice to share. The new set has 5 cups. One for each of us. Each one has one of our names printed on it in a different color. Ooh! The new teapot has Literature Club written in script across the middle of each side. Thanks, Yuri. This looks so elegant. Thank you. And the cups are a bit bigger. Thanks, Yuri. This must have taken quite some preparation. Thanks. Yuri, clearly uncomfortable with the amount of attention being given to her, turns towards Monika, who hasn't said a word. Oh, good job, Yuri. Could she have sounded any more monotone? Yuri politely nods and retreats back to her novel. Sayori is writing something down. I can't make out what it is, but it looks to be a poem. Hey, Shinji, come on! Natsuki, dragging me by the arm, pushes me down under the windowsill. She grabs the next volume of Parfait Girls from her set, replacing the volume from last night to its rightful spot. We sit and read this volume in silence, besides the occasional giggle from Natsuki. Oh, here we go. After around 20 minutes, Monika clears her throat to get our attention from across the clubroom. Okay, everyone. It's time to share poems. I left my poem for Natsuki at home. I'm assuming Natsuki was unable to write one, and presumably Sayori too. Well, none of you even tried to. We all stay silent. I did, but maybe we should just wait until tomorrow. Natsuki and Sayori probably couldn't write because they fell ill. But I'm not sure about... Fine. Tomorrow it is then. We all gather around the table. Monika is spacing out. Something else must be bothering her. Either way, still no excuse to be so cold toward all of us. You know, I've been excited to see the new tea set. I'm going to boil the kettle. I assume you'll all be having a cup of tea? I nod silently. I'll get the cupcakes. Monika pulls a fresh piece of paper from her notebook and begins writing. Natsuki sets the cupcake down in the center of the table. Yuri returns with the kettle. Monika seems to be oblivious as to what's going on around her. She's running furiously, pressing the pen deep into the paper. Okay, I don't know why, but when I saw the 2 words "steam begins," the next words that came into my head for some reason were "steam begins to sprout from Monika's ears in a fit of uncontrollable rage." Steam begins to flow from the kettle, and Yuri transfers the water into the pot. Yuri pours tea into each of our respective cups. Moments of silence go by as if they were hours. Monika's really killed the mood with her attitude. Sayori's already pilfered a cupcake from the tray and bites down into it. Wow, Natsuki, these are the best ones yet. You just haven't tried this recipe yet. Sarah, reaching for her cup of tea, accidentally tips it over, spilling its contents all over Monika's notepad. Oh, this is going to be bad. Jesus, do you always have to be such a klutz? Get your act together. You're supposed to be the vice president. Monika's sudden snap takes us all off guard. Sayori, clearly flustered, knocks the overturned teacup onto the ground, shattering it across the clubroom floor. For goodness sake, Sayori, do you ever pay attention to what you're doing? You what? You're sorry again? Just like how you were sorry about not showing up for the festival? Shit's going down, my friends. Shit is going down. And dragging Shinichi to the hospital with you. That was pretty selfish of you. If Shinichi were here, we could have just continued on without you. Or Natsuki, considering she probably would have weaseled her way out of reading anyway. Everyone besides Monika is in utter shock. Hospital? Why is she being so hostile? Sayori rushes out of the room crying, quickly followed by Natsuki, who's attempting to comfort her. Yuri has moved from her usual seat to the other side of the room, her face buried in a novel. I stand and Monika glares at me. Monika, what the hell are you doing? Go take care of her. She clearly can't take care of herself. I want to scream at her after what she said. I have an urge to slap her, like that bitch right on her ass, the way she's acting. Instead, I rush out the door to console Sayori and Natsuki. I can hear them in the hallway upstairs. Sayori sobbing, filling the otherwise silent halls. I run up the stairs to see her crying on the bench, Natsuki alongside her. Hey, it's okay. Monika's just being I don't know what she's doing, okay? She's probably had a really bad day or something. She's just taking it on you. I'm not saying that's right to do. What I'm trying to say is, don't take it to heart. She knows that we were all looking forward to the festival. Maybe she just takes things like this harder than the rest of us. I don't care, Shinichi. That's not how you speak to people. I'm going home. Sayori stands. Oh, crap. I'll walk with you tomorrow. But until Monika stops her campaign to hurt everyone, I'm staying the hell away from the club. Sayori wipes the remainder of her tears from her cheeks. You two have fun dealing with her. Tell her that if she wants to talk, she knows where I live. Wait. Sayori, come back. We'll sort it out together. Doesn't that sound better? Yeah, come on, Sayori. It'll be easier this way. Sayori's entire attitude shifts. She's no longer crying. Her face is completely blank. She turns to me. Shinichi, I'll see you later. I'm leaving. We can walk home with you. I don't really want to go back there anyway. Yeah, me neither. Sayori looks at the two of us and shakes her head. No. I just want to be alone right now. Okay, well, you should join us for dinner tonight. Natsuki gives me an odd look. Ooh. Dude, just gave it away. Yeah. Did you just say join us? Well, yeah, that's part of the reason why Natsuki was already at my house this morning. She had a really bad night and... No, I'll just stay home. Maybe my mom will order some takeout. Have fun. Sarah turns and heads down the stairs. I have never seen her like that. Not even when I caught her trying to... Natsuki, could you give me a second? What are you doing? I just need to call someone quickly. Natsuki nods and takes off to wait at the end of the hallway. Worried, I ring her mother, who's already at home. I explain what happened, and she tells me that there's no reason to be worried. She explains that the doctor had given her some antidepressants during the last trip to the hospital. She tells me that it could just be a side effect of the drugs. I let her know that I'm still concerned and to please keep an eye on her. Sayori's mom brushes me off and wishes me a good day. Still worried sick about Sayori, I catch up to Natsuki. Listen, do you want to go back to the club or... Like hell I'm going back. Not while that bitch is there. Well, I still need to get my bag and stuff, so I guess I'll meet you back at the entrance. You okay with that? Fine. I'll wait. Thanks. Hurry up, though. I take off back downstairs to the club room. Bursting through the door, Yuri nearly jumps out of her seat, and Monica, writing on a new, drier page of her notepad, turns to face me. What do you want? None of your business. Leaning down on my desk, I pick up my backpack and sling it over my shoulders. Moving back towards the exit, Monica tries to get my attention. Shinichi, what's wrong with you? I turn and stare at her in utter disbelief. What the fuck is wrong with you, Monica? Ever since we accidentally ruined your festival event, you've been nothing but pure venom for this club. You were needlessly rude to both Sayori and Natsuki, neither of which are in a mental state capable of handling that right now. I understand that it was a big day and it was important to you, but you have no right to lose your shit on us. I don't think I didn't hear about what you said to Yuri. I was only partly telling the truth. I knew that Monica had said something to Yuri, but I didn't know what. Oh, is that so, Shinichi? Well, you do know what she's been doing, don't you? Yeah, I do. Yuri's eyes are locked onto me, peering over her book. She's shocked, but won't call my bluff. Yeah, she's been trying to sabotage the club. We know. She doesn't want any new members. Not only that, but I caught her rummaging through your stationery yesterday. I knew it. She took my pen. I only told her that she was being a selfish bitch. Monica turns and points at Yuri. You can't fool me, Yuri. I know exactly what's been going on here. Monica, that's way over the line. How paranoid are you to think? Shut up and listen to me. You're the real reason that the festival was cancelled. I could give a shit that Sayori is sick, of course. Yuri just wanted me to let it go, so I'll tell you the same thing I told her. This is my club. We do what I say. Do I make myself clear? Crystal clear. But there's one thing. Yuri, care to explain? Fuck you, Monica. You crazy bitch. Do you not see that this says, hey there? Don't cut too deep now, Yuri. Oh. Oh. Damn. Whatever Monica meant by that, Yuri was affected, mortified. She drops her novel to the ground and falls back into her chair, stunned. Shoving me out of the way, Monica marches over to Yuri. She stumbles out of her desk and backs away into the closet. Monica follows her. I watch from behind all the commotion. What the fuck? This is... My voice is starting to crack. She grabs her by her wrist and yanks her sleeve up. Oh, what a shame. You couldn't just help yourself, could you? What did I say, Yuri? Yuri stays silent, her eyes fearful. Monica moves closer, forcing her to make eye contact. Maybe I didn't make myself clear, Yuri. What did I say? I can't believe what I'm seeing. If I didn't shut up, you tell the club. That's right. If you dare criticize my ability to lead the club again, Yuri, everybody's gonna know about this. Everyone. How do you think they feel about you, knowing what you do behind closed doors? My blood is boiling. I'm just about ready to knock her out. Monica, what the hell has gotten into you? You're crazy. Monica lets go of Yuri's arm, pushing Yuri and the desk away from her. Looking at me, she speaks up. You want to see crazy, Shinichi? I'll show you crazy. From her school blazer, she pulls a sheet of paper neatly folded. She thrusts it into my hand. Oh, it's Sayori's... It's her suicide poem. Her get out of my head. Get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Before I listen to everything she said to me. Before I show you how much I love you. Before I finish writing this poem. But the poem's never actually finished. It just stops moving. That is crazy. What the hell is this? The poem that Sayori sent me on the morning of the festival. She told me everything after. It was supposed to be her suicide note. Suicide note? What the hell's wrong with you? Sayori, she'd never... Monica. I shake my head in disbelief. Wordlessly, I storm out of the club room. I walk down the vacant halls towards the front doors. I can see Natsuki standing outside through the glass. Are you okay, Shinichi? You look a little... I'll be okay. It's just Monica who's not okay. Okay, I need a minute from that one. I'm gonna go get some water. So guys, I told you it would go nuts. I show Sayori's poem to Natsuki on the walk back to my house. She can't believe what she's looking at either. Ew, Shinichi, that's serious. You think we should check up on her? After what happened earlier? Yeah, definitely. First, we head back to my house just to drop off our school bags. We head towards Sayori's house. I knock on Sayori's door. She answers the door, but just stares at us. Hey, Sayori. I just wanted to check on you. I'm fine. I told you that already. I ordered pizza and was just about to eat it. You two enjoy making your dinner. She edges the door shut. Wait, Sayori. I wedge my foot into the door before she can close it on us. She tries again, but harder this time. Monica gave me this. I nudge Natsuki, and she nods, giving Sayori the poem. Oh yeah. I forgot I sent that to her. Whoops. Listen, Sayori, if you ever want to hang out or if you need anyone to talk to, Shinichi and I are always happy to listen. We're all friends after all. Sayori forces a laugh. I laughed. Sure, Natsuki. Where can I find you? Shinichi's place? Sherry... Shit. I'm starting to get annoyed with myself for all these mispronunciations. Sayori shuts the door on the two of us. I didn't think she would care that Natsuki was staying with me. I should really sit down with Sayori and explain the situation. Sooner rather than later. Natsuki and I head back home to eat and get settled in for the night. Shinichi? Yeah? You barely have any food left. How are we supposed to make dinner? I don't know. Well, we had better go to the shops, but quickly. It won't be too long before they close. I open the closet by the door and grab my jacket. You coming? Because I don't really know what I'm getting. It's getting pretty cold out there, and I don't have a coat. Is it at your place? No, Shinichi. I don't own one. I hand Natsuki my coat for the time being. Well, hold on to this for now, then. I handle the weather until we get to the shopping center. Are you sure? Because I really wouldn't want... It's fine. Believe me. Come on. We're gonna have to hurry before the shops close. As we exit the house, a gust of chilly wind hits us both. Natsuki hurriedly... There's them hurdles again. Natsuki hurriedly puts my coat on. I shiver violently. We catch the bus and make our way to the store. On the route, the bus passes Natsuki's house. She shuffles down in her seat in an attempt to keep it out of her sight. I can understand. You okay? Natsuki wraps her arm around mine. Yeah. Shortly, the bus arrives at our stop, and we make our way to the mall. So, where'd you... Natsuki is already dragging me into a nearby clothing store before I can finish my sentence. Oh, this is a fancy store. She rips my jacket off and hands it to me. They're all so cute! Oh, Shinichi, how do you like this one? Beautiful. I like it. You know, it fits you perfectly, too. Oh, look at this scarf. It goes perfectly with it. Natsuki walks to the counter register to pay. Natsuki? Where'd you get the money from? Oh, I had to take it from my dad. You're stealing it? It's not stealing. Oh, I don't like thinking it is. I usually... What? It's what was she gonna say the first time? I saw an F there. Food. That's what she was gonna say. Food.
It's usually for baking stuff. Sometimes manga. I was saving for the Parfait Girl's box head, but this is more important.
The clerk stands both of her items, and the toll is a bit steeper than Natsuki expected. Begrudgingly, she brings the scarf back to the rack she found it on. I have an idea. I grab the scarf while she's paying for her jacket and grab a black beanie for myself. Do you think this will look good on me?
Maybe.
Good enough. I place the two items on the counter, and the cashier gives me a sly smile, scanning my things. Natsuki is waiting for me outside. During the time we spent indoors, it had begun to snow outside.
Could have done with that scarf after all, huh?
Just you wait. Natsuki begins to shiver as we wait. The snow begins to settle as the bus comes to a halt. The snow's beautiful.
Yeah.
We board the bus with our things and sit at the back. I give Natsuki the window seat. We sit together wordlessly as she becomes more entranced by the snowfall.
It's a shame it'll all be gone in the morning. It never really sticks.
Yeah, I wish it'd stay a bit longer too. Natsuki rests her head on my shoulder, still staring out the window.
This is nice.
I wrap my arm around her. We stay this way for the remainder of the trip back home. As we approach our stop, I grab all of our bags. The bus comes to a stop and we get off. We're a short walk from the house. Ugh. Sorry. Excuse me. Now's probably a good time too.
Hey, Shinichi, how much was that hat after all?
Oh, I actually don't have a clue. I only bought it so I could surprise you with this anyway. I pull the scarf out from inside the hat.
Shinichi, you really didn't have to buy me that scarf, you know?
I know I didn't. I just wanted to. I hold it out and she reaches out to grab it. Oh wow, that scarf does go with that jacket. Draping it around her neck, she beams at me, speechless.
Shinichi,
Okay. We interrupt this really adorable moment for thumbnail creation. Alright, and there's my thumbnail for this video. Natsuki grabs the sleeves of my jacket. I pull her in close and embrace the moment for as long as possible. Her grip loosens a little.
Sorry.
You shouldn't be.
Okay, I just kind of stopped myself.
It's fine, Natsuki. In fact, this is great.
Thanks, Shinichi, for everything you've done for me. I never want this to end.
Nor do I. We remain together for a little more. Eventually our responsibilities get the better of us and we separate. I take Natsuki by the hand and we walk to the grocery store. We grab all the ingredients we'll need for tonight and head on our way.
Hey, Shinichi, I can carry some of those for you.
No need. It's my turn to do some heavy lifting. The pain in my shoulder is slowly returning. The pain in my shoulder slowly returns, leaving it aching. I do my best to ignore it. As we approach my house, I take a peek over to Sayori's window. Yeah, this one right here. Her bedroom light is on. I think back to the hospital. I told her I would be there for her no matter what. Did I break that promise by letting Natsuki stay with me? No. Now, when I explain the situation with Natsuki, Sayori will understand. I mean, she's only a suicidal teenager. She'll understand. I know her. We arrive back at my house. I set the bags onto the ground to unlock the door. Natsuki wanders towards the gate.
I don't want to go inside. Not just yet. It sounds childish, but I kind of want to enjoy the snow. Only for a little longer.
Well, wait there and I'll be right back. Swinging open the door to the house, I make a beeline for the refrigerator. I hurriedly throw everything inside, not even bothering to take the food out of their bags. I said it right this time, guys. Yes! I return outside. Natsuki is nowhere to be seen. What? Where'd she go? Oop. From what seemed to be thin air, however, a snowball hits me square in the you brat! I recoil, stunned.
Hey!
That's it. If she wants a snowball fight, I'll give her a snowball fight. I duck for cover behind a bush, as she's already pecking another. I begin to collect my own. I hear her footsteps crunching in the snow as she creeps towards me. As I put my head around, I'm clipped by Natsuki's next snowball. Nice try.
Ah.
I return fire on her. I hit her in the back as she retreats towards the gate. Natsuki lets out a yelp and falls to the ground. Oh. Oh dear. Natsuki, now on her hands and knees, holds her back in pain. Oh god, are you okay? I rush over to her side, taking a knee to make sure she's not injured. Natsuki, I'm so sorry. Natsuki scoops him out. Twice. She got us twice. She got us twice. This girl. Natsuki scoops a mound of snow up and throws it in my face. She hops back onto her feet and runs inside, giggling. Stunned and covered in snow, I sit and process what just happened for a moment. I'm on my knees. I'm looking up at the snow. I'm looking up at the sky of snow slowly falling on my face, wondering where I've gone wrong in my life to deserve such torture. I brush myself off and head back inside. Natsuki is washing her hands in the kitchen. You win this time, Spider-Man. Don't think I'll fall for that again.
Oh, yeah?
She leaves the water running for me as I proceed to wash my hands as well. I splash some room temperature water on my face. Ah, that's nice.
Oh, come on. I could have done so much worse.
I dry my hands and face using a flannel. I open the fridge and start unloading the bag of ingredients onto the counter.
What do you think you're doing, Shinichi? Sit your ass down. I'm cooking tonight.
You don't want my help at all?
Nope. I can handle it. I mean, you did your part by carrying everything for me. And it's the least I can do since you're letting me stay here.
I shrug. Not about to say no to a meal cooked for me by Natsuki of all people. If you insist. I take a seat at the table. I'm right here in case you need a hand, okay?
You're just gonna watch me cook?
Bad thing?
Well, not really. You might want to pay attention to what I'm doing, though. Considering you almost set your house on fire making those pancakes.
I can feel the blood rush to my face. You're never gonna let me live that down, are you?
Nope.
Natsuki moves fluidly around my kitchen.
You really need to learn to manage your time in the kitchen. Cooking and baking should be fun, not a pain in the ass. If it's stressing you out, then you're probably doing it wrong.
That's very poetic of you, Natsuki.
I might have heard it on a cooking show.
Natsuki resumes her work as I watch from the table.
Okay, now I just need to let this simmer for a few minutes and we'll be set.
Really? That quickly?
What'd you expect? I'm a pro. I can do it in no time.
Natsuki begins to set the table. Wait, let me sort this out. I've done practically nothing anyway. I position the placemats and the silverware on both sides of the table. Natsuki divides the food onto our plates. The scent of chicken and sautéed vegetables fills the kitchen.
It's only stir-fry, Shinichi. It's not that special.
She must have seen the look on my face. You sure? It smells great. She talks about it like it's nothing, but I can tell she's reveling in the compliment. We sit at the table and eat our dinner. After we're both finished, I take our dishes and place them in the dishwasher. I fill the sink full of hot, soapy water and let the pan soak for a few moments. Natsuki's already made her way to the couch and started looking for something to watch. She shouts at me from the next room over. Shay, do we have Netflix?
Anything you want to watch?
Unless you have something in mind, not really. I scrubbed the pan hastily and tossed it in with the rest of the load. I entered my living room to find Natsuki staring out the window.
Aw, it stopped snowing.
It'll probably be gone by tomorrow. Hey, at least we gotta have our fun with it, right? Natsuki nods in agreement. Natsuki flips through the channels. Soap, drama, comedy, soap, documentary, soap, game show, etc., etc.
There's never anything good on.
I know. You wanna look for a movie instead?
Sure.
I open the streaming app. Oh my goodness. Natsuki begins to browse the selection. And once again, I kind of just indirectly predict the text. We are literally Netflix and chilling right now, people. She picks a cutesy love story. I didn't even get a chance to read the title before she hits the play button.
I love this movie so much. I used to watch it all the time because Shinichi, I forgot.
Okay, the music suddenly cut off. What's going on? Natsuki pauses the movie and turns to me.
About everything. My father.
I can see the tears forming in her eyes.
Shinichi, he has a problem. He's been like this ever since my mom left us. I think I was 5. Looking back, I get why she stopped talking to him. He was a terrible person before, but why me? What did I ever do? I think my dad blames me for her leaving. I think that's the reason he drinks so much. He always tells me I remind him of her, and that he hates it.
Natsuki can't even speak. The sobbing is drowning her voice. Natsuki, just try and breathe, okay? Take your time. We don't have to talk about this right now. We can say this for another day if...
No, Shinichi. I need you to know. Shinichi, since I was 14, he's resorted to borderline torturing me for existing. He only brings home food once a week, and it's usually just leftovers from a restaurant. And when he drinks, he sees me as my mother. That day you saw me in the hospital, that wasn't even the worst. Believe me, I've tried to run away from him before. A couple of years ago, I found my mom's address. It'd been something like 11 years since I'd seen her. I took the train to her city, and when I knocked on her door, she slammed the door in my face, telling me that she left for a reason and that she didn't want me. So I came back home because I had nowhere else to go.
Good lord.
He found out where I went. He found out I went to see my mother. That's when he really started to take his anger out on me. He beat me to the point I had to cover it with makeup just to be able to go to school. Of course, no one noticed. I secretly hoped that someone would think something was up, that I'd have to explain myself, but they never did. I mean, I was trying to cover up, so I can't really blame them.
She takes a moment, wiping her eyes with her sleeve.
The other night, the drinks, that was the only escape I could think of. I'd gone back to the doctor's a few hours after you saw me. He gave me painkillers for my ribs. So I stole a bottle of wine from Dad's rack in the basement. I tried everything to get away from him, but every damn time, I would always fail. And have to go back. Shinichi, I wanted to die. I really wanted it. All to get away from him. I thought the pills would have been enough, but I guess the few that I had left when I was ready to go weren't. And I'm glad. Because you came to check on me. You were worried. You cared about me. I never thought I'd have this, Shinichi. I never thought I would feel this way. This is the first time I can remember where I felt truly happy. All those years, all the pain. Nothing can change the past. But
I grab Natsuki by the shoulder and hold her tight. Natsuki buries her face into my chest. She's sobbing uncontrollably. I won't let anything else happen to you, Natsuki. I promise. You're here now. I'm always here for you. No matter what. Do you understand? She nods her head, keeping it embedded in my chest. I sit there with her for a while. I don't know what else to do other than let her cry. She's held all this in for so long. She needs to let it all out. After a long time, she sits back upright, wiping the tears from her face. While she's drying her eyes, I glance at the clock. It's getting really late. We plan on attending class tomorrow. We should go to bed. Well, there really isn't much point in going. We've already missed a good part of the week anyways.
thank you, Shinichi, for reading with me at the club, for helping me bake for the festival, for saving my life, for everything, really.
It's no problem, Natsuki. I'll do it again for you.
You're so sweet.
Natsuki, from the day I laid eyes on you, I thought you were perfect. So I tried to impress you with my trash poems. Yes, the random words we selected out of a hat, basically, and just threw them on a piece of paper, like, here you go! Entropy, rain, bouncy! That's why I spent so much time with you. I really wanted to get to know you. Everything about you was just wonderful. But there's one thing that I can't stand. You hid this pain from me. I could have helped sooner. I understand that you had your reasons for not telling me, but Natsuki, I really don't know what else to say other than I love you. Oh, wow. Everything about you makes me feel the way I've truly never felt before. Natsuki doesn't know what to do. She sits there for a moment.
I love you too, Shinichi.
She's weeping again. This time, tears of joy, it seems. She wraps her arms around me again, significantly tighter than before. I can't help but think back to the hospital, when Sayori told me that she loved me. Is this part of the reason I couldn't say it back? Yes, it is.
Do you still want to watch the movie, Shinichi?
Of course. We resume the movie from the beginning. As the movie credits roll, I realize it's now early morning. Damn it. This has hit me hard. I nudge Natsuki to stand and she follows. I head to the kitchen for a drink and Natsuki lingers behind me.
Shinichi, can we sleep together again?
Oh, okay, not like that, guys. Not like that. You're getting the wrong idea there.
I really liked it, okay?
Sure. Come on then. Natsuki and I head upstairs to her bedroom. I let her in to change first. She closes the door on me and I wait patiently outside.
Just because I said I love you, that doesn't give you the right to peep.
I know. I'll stay out, I promise. Of course I won't invade her privacy. Not without her consent, anyway.
Okay, I'm ready. Come in.
I inch the door open and Natsuki is already in bed. I grab my pajamas from the drawer and take off my top as...
Eh? Did you just really... in front of me?
What's the problem? Natsuki seems tense. Why is she wearing the exact same shirt and jeans? Oh, those must be a replacement pair. All of it. That's the only thing I could think of. You know, it's like, why would she want to get changed in clothes that she was already wearing? That doesn't make sense. As if she wants to say something, but is withholding it.
Dummy.
Oh, right. I was about to get undressed in front of her. Do I ever stop and think about anything? Moving on to the hall for a moment, I get changed into my pajamas. Come back in. Aw, damn it. I'm loving this, but I'm just feeling more and more that something terrible is going to happen. I climb onto bed after turning off the light. Natsuki immediately rolls over and holds me tight as she did the night before.
Night, Shinichi.
Friday. Okay, guys. We save it right here. Why? Why do I feel that this is just gonna get bad? I don't want it to get bad. I'm enjoying this. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like. Comment down below and let me know what you guys are thinking about this series so far. If you guys are enjoying it or not. And this is difficult, guys. I don't want to think something bad's gonna happen, but I just can't shake that feeling. But we'll find out. I will see you guys in the next video.